Hello everybody, my name is X Factor and the highly anticipated Battlefield 1 Open Beta is almost here, August 31st. But remember, if you signed up for EA Insider, it's available the day before. And there's a bunch of new weapons coming down the pipeline for the Battlefield 1 Open Beta build, available on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Most of you guys know I wasn't a big fan of most of the weapons in the Battlefield 1 Alpha. I chose to use the SMLE, aka the Smelly bolt-action sniper rifle, and was really effective, and it's a lot of fun. But I decided to mix things up at my last recording session and really fell in love with this weapon. This is the M1916 as a majestic horse goes by, but this isn't the variant I like. This is the artillery variant, as you can tell with the optic. But I found myself missing quite a bit, and it cost me my head a couple of times. Didn't sound good, didn't feel good, but I look fabulous, and I'm a shoo-in for Sexy Man Pose of the Year. So here's the other style of the M1916. This is the Sharpshooter variant, and this is the one that I really fell in love with. I found myself spending my time either using this or a bolt action if I wasn't in a piece of armor, one of the elite classes, or obviously running around with the cavalry setup. So what are the pros of the sharpshooter style as heads and helmets are going flying with the M1916? Obviously the field of view is absolutely wonderful with this optic. There is a very slight zoom to it as we get a wonderful ragdoll in the background. Russian Judge is a little stingy with a 7.6. You can see multiple targets downrange. You can easily flip from target to target. There is no massive optic or bulky irons to block it. I'm about to be under a little bit of pressure right here because another elite class is coming. Remember, they have a ton of armor. They don't take damage like normal infantry, and their health actually regens over time. So use anything and everything. Obviously, we see the water-cooled LMG here. Use your grenades, use your grass grenades, use your dynamite. Anything you could do to put pressure on them and finish them off because they are literally walking tanks and usually things just melt. The other thing I like about this weapon is the accuracy at close to medium range. Now, one of the cons is the hip fire. I am spamming it. I am dancing a little bit, so that is not the best way to use the M1916. ADS, aim down sight, take your time, learn the pace. So it's highly accurate at close to medium range, and that's pretty long range for this. There is some deviation when it comes to long range, but again, that is the paper, rock, scissors of class selection, as there's another elite class on the roof here. Then weapon selection. The developers were all about having you make a choice when capping, defending flags, making pushes, or what map mode or part of the round that you're in. They don't want one weapon to be shooting laser beams across the map. They want each weapon to have a defined role. And the M1916 is a lot of fun. Even at these longer ranges, as long as you pace out your ADS, you can see it's highly accurate. The next thing I really like is the damage model. It can two-tap people, one in the head, one in the chest, close to medium, even medium longish range. As long as one of them hits them in the chest, one of them hits in the body, they're going to flop over like an absolute sack of potatoes. So that's where that mag count comes in. One in the chamber, 20 in the mag for 21. That is a ton of lead that you could put downrange. So as long as you take your time, land your shots, the bodies are absolutely going to drop. But do not rush your shot. Do not try to get too spammy and panic. Even if you're on target, more than likely your shots at this range would go around the player. Because again, this weapon penalizes you for spamming it. You can do that. It might work up close if they're point blank, but it's all about taking your time, being precise and accurate. So we have the damage model that's absolutely wonderful. What about body shots? 3 or 4, depending on how close they are. You cannot two-shot them in the body at close range. It will do massive damage in the 70s to low 80s, but you need a third shot. And here you see at range, trying to test the limits of this. There you see the little bit of deviation, which would be better for a bolt action at that point, like my beloved Smelly, the SMLE. But you can still land shots if you slow it down just a little bit, but it's not the fastest time to kill at that range. Or if somebody's hurt, you land a headshot, you're going to do quite a bit of damage. You might be able to finish them off. So this weapon really shines up close and medium long. Be careful. Don't fall in love with the hip fire. because it's just going to let you down time and time again. Another nice thing about the M1916 is the pace at which you can maintain a very accurate shot, as we've got an armored vehicle coming in, and we're going to bang out both the gunner and the driver, preventing any future spawns and protecting the flag. It's rather fast at that range. Again, you can slow it down at longer ranges, but more than likely you are a sitting duck for anybody that does have a bolt action. And that's something to remember in Battlefield 1 because the bolt actions are so strong and so accurate. But this weapon really can take down the masses, and it can actually collateral. So if people are lined up, just let them have it as I die to the gas grenade, not paying attention to my surroundings. So after playing around with all the new weapons in the Battlefield 1 open beta build, this is now my go-to weapon in the medic class. It's actually my second favorite weapon behind the SMLE bolt action. But if there's a lot of targets on flag or in between two flags, you can take out a ton of people extremely quickly, especially if you're accurate, precise, and you get the pace of the weapon down while aiming down sight or going ADS. So what do you guys think of the M1916? Is this something you guys are going to give a try? Do you look forward to using the medic class? I know I didn't play a ton of medic in the open and closed alpha, but I really want to. Now I have a reason to, because you can be extremely effective in the process while helping your team. As always, guys, thanks for watching, hanging out, and we'll see you guys soon.